Hey guys, Gary Dean, GMFD Audio. Kind of left the dramatic intro. GMFD Audio. If you guys don't know what that means, people in my industry, the detailing industry, call me GMFD. That's Gary Mother Effin' Dean. If you didn't know, I just kind of went with that whole theme. Whatever. Not a big deal. So, beard's getting thicker. Never mentioned that though on this channel. Anyway, so a little update on the base car. I've been crazy busy with work and I haven't been able to upload a bunch of videos for GMFD Audio channel. I've been working on some videos for my Detail Juice channel, and this is the time of the year where I start to get a lot busier with detailing jobs and selling product and all that kind of thing. But I'm gonna work in a bunch of time to get this thing straightened out, because the shows, the stereo competitions and shows are starting to happen here in Florida. So I need to get this thing knocked out. So literally I've done nothing but gut the back end of this and start the GMFD Foxy box build on the trunk area. So without further ado, I am going to show you what I've gotten done. So I did add remote start, alarm, keyless entry, all of that. This is a Honda Civic DX 1998. So I added all that to make it more convenient for me. So let's check it out. Okay, so this is oh, shit. All right, so we'll do that again. All right, now I have gutted the interior. Well, I gutted the back. I'm still waiting on wire from Sky High Car Audio. I ordered on February 1st, 2021. Today is February 22nd. I still don't have it. I gotta call them after I shoot this video to see what's going on with it. So this is the start to a GMFD Foxy box. Now, if you don't know about the Foxy box, this is foam, and I overlay the foam with epoxy. Foam and epoxy equals Foxy. So this is, this particular box is pretty much the way it's going to be, with the exception of I'm going to add an inch to the back. So it's going to be a little deeper. It's roughly 36 inches wide. You can see how it's going to fit in here. So I'm going to have one 18. I already have the 18. It is a Scar Audio ZVX V2 18 dual 1. So I'll be running it at 2 ohms on the Def Bonce Apocalypse 7900.1D. So hopefully I can get around 5,000 watts to this bad boy. I also am going to be running a JY Power HP 40, which is a 40 amp hour lithium battery. So anyway, it's roughly 36 inches wide. It's going to be 29 inches deep and 14 inches tall. So that's where we're at with the box. I obviously need to wrap it in cloth and epoxy to strengthen it up. I have not decided if this is going to be the box for the Scar SDR 18 that I have. I might make this Foxy box just the block beater box, if you will, where I can still run that SDR 18 when I'm not in a stereo competition and I don't need all the juice. So that's kind of where I'm leaning on the Foxy box. I do have 2 brand new sheets of birch ply, and I'll be building a box with that. So probably going to build the SPL box in here with that, and this is where we're at. So I've gutted the trunk. Cool part about gutting the trunk is the only thing that I left this in, as you can see, that panel is still in there. So I should be able to, even with that extra inch, which you can see that we have, I should still be able to move this thing up this way And then I should be able to scoot it back and have enough room for the sub once it gets here to be able to lift it out of here is the plan. So it's possible, but it can't be a whole lot taller than this. So anyway, that's the Foxy box. So you basically cut yourself a structure of the size you want, and then you put it where you need it. So my plan at this time, I'm still waiting on the power wire, which is pissing me off, to be perfectly honest. I have new 6x9s that are going to go in this rear deck, but I have these cups. I'll show you. I don't want the wind from the sub to interfere with my rear speakers, so I have cups, insulator cups, I forgot what they're called, for the 6x9s. I'm just running some Scar, I think they're RP series 6x9s back here. So in order to stay in a street class, everything's got to be stock. But I think what I'm going to do is leave the floor portion out that covers up the spare tire well, because I want my battery and my amps to live down there. The box obviously will be straddled across that. And the box will butt up right there. And then right there. So I'll have a huge gap right there where I'll have airflow, as well as be able to see everything that's going on. And I think that's going to be, I worry about not putting in a piece of, okay, so it's possible I can put, I don't know where I put it. I have a sheet of aluminum. I have a sheet of aluminum I cut to go right there. And then I have the factory carpet. So that would be fine. I'm going to need some kind of ventilation there. So it's possible that if Mecca or one of the other organizations give me trouble with having no floor, it's possible I could put in that piece of aluminum and then put hinges on it and make it a door that flaps up where you can access everything, and I can get airflow and all of that, and then maybe put some Velcro in or whatever to hold it back. There's a couple options. I'm not quite there yet, but I want to fill in all these voids. So I want to do sound deadener in there. I got a couple of cases of hush mat, so I'm going to sound deaden all of that. I'm going to sound deaden all of that. I'm also going to sound deaden up there, and then the whole underneath of the trunk's going to get 2 or 3 layers. They put a little bit there to hold in the actuator they put in. But as far as the car goes, I haven't pulled the door panels, I haven't pulled the front seats or anything, but I did go ahead and tear out pretty much everything in the back. A little cushion and a microfiber towel. So there's huge voids in here. So I'm gonna definitely put sound deadener all inside, but I might fill those voids on both sides with foam, the Great Stuff expanding foam. I'll probably do the top of this deck and the bottom of the deck with 2 layers of hush mat. The headliner's sagging, so I'm going to pull it out and fix it anyway, but while it's out, should be able to get to some of these dings that are all up in the hood, or I'm sorry, the roof. Got them all over the hood too. So I got my paintless dent repair guy going to come before this thing gets painted, but as far as what we're doing now, I got to get this thing sound deadened, filled with foam where the voids are, and I got to get my rear speakers in. I'm actually, some idiot cut out 5 1/4 holes from my rear panels, so they have huge holes in them. So I'm actually going to modify that and put in some 5 1/4s in the back. And then I'll be running some Scar tweeter, the TX tweeters, and then the RP 6.5s in the front. So sound deadening happening on the floor, all in the floor, couple layers on the rear deck, foam and sound deadening on the sides here, and then on the roof, The ceiling, I think I'm going to do like 3 layers of hush mat. And then on the doors, I'll probably do 2 to 3 layers of hush mat as well. So that's the plan for that. I still got to install the alternator. I mean, well, I still have to do everything. That's kind of where we're at. When they ran the alarm and stuff, they ran this wire from the front and they didn't hide it enough. So I'm actually just going to disconnect it at this junction right here. I'm going to rerun it, reroute it out of my way. So that's the plan. So that's a walkthrough of what I've done since my last video. Basically, I've just gutted this thing and got the Foxy box started. Again, I've built these Foxy boxes several times, several dozen times, and they work really, really well. They're super strong. The problem that I don't know about is that I've never had a SPL competition style subwoofer in one of these boxes. I usually use the Foxy box situation if I want the absolute best sound quality out of a woofer. So it takes a sound quality woofer to another level when you run the Foxy box. Just the way the bass resonates inside the boxes with all the foam, it sounds amazing. So I put 1 layer of 1.5 ounce chop strand mat on the interior. I get all the corners braced really well, and then on the outside I will do biaxial cloth and woven roving, if that makes sense. It helps to form around round type things, but I do multiple layers to make them super strong, and I have no doubt it'll handle the torture that the ZVX 15 or 18 is gonna do to the box. But I might want to go ahead and get it as stiff as possible by using the birch, so that we can get all of those decibels to the front passenger floorboard for the competition. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This is just a quick update. In the next couple of days, from when you see this, I will put another video up of me working on the sound deadening, pulling the headliner, getting that fixed, getting all the foam shot everywhere it needs to go, and getting this thing really, really sound deadened, and then put it back together, and then start running, run the wires and that kind of thing, and then put it all back together, and then get everything buttoned up. And then after that, I'm gonna paint the car and do all of the cool stuff. But the next order of business is getting the sound deadener in and that kind of thing. And then the wire comes, I'll get all of that in, but I'll bring you guys along for that ride too. So it's going to be a work in progress, guys. I need to get this thing done and beating hard in the next 30 days. So roughly March 15th. So less than 30 days, I got to have this thing done. So by March 15th, my plan is to have this thing done. So March 15th, 2021 is my goal at this point, to have this thing done. Other things going on. I just bought the wife this 2000 Lexus GS400. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. She loves her Mazda CX-9. She doesn't want to sell it, but we're trying to get rid of that thing so that she just wants... So she's always with me. She doesn't need a fancy car. She's always with me. So it kind of would be a waste for it to sit around like these vehicles do. But I bought that Lexus because I bought it from a guy who's pretty anal, and it's had a lot of work done already. I got it for a fair price, not a great price, fair. And then my thought process is I'll set that up for her to drive, and then I'll sell this Mazda just because... Well, I just like the Lexus better, to be honest with you. Just something new, more updated, more new parts, that kind of thing. About 30,000 less miles, all of that good stuff. So I'm working on that, trying to figure out what audio I want to put in her car. And then there's the work van, which I'm going to put the 215 American-based Hawks in, which are right there. And those are getting the Def Bonts 4900.1 in the van. And then my El Camino, that's getting I think I finally decided I'm going to put 212s in it. I've got just enough airspace to do 212s really, really well, where they're going to slam in there. And then I got some plans for that too, so just stay tuned. I got lots and lots of stuff to do and to bring you along with, but this thing is the first order of business. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and I'll post another video as soon as I get rolling on the sound deadening. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys.